Here's a look at some of our stories. We're following news out of London where police are calling an explosion in a subway a terrorist attack. We'll tell you what we know so far. The investigation continues into a deadly training accident at Fort Bragg. A memorial service for one of the Duke Life Flight crew members killed in a helicopter crash last week takes place today. We'll tell you who's being remembered. And testing begins today on well water near the Comoros Fayetteville Works facility. We'll tell you how long it'll be before people know their water is safe. Good morning and thanks for joining us on this Friday, September 15th. I'm Rob Bover. We'll have more on those stories in just a moment. Right now, though, it's time to check in with the Weather on the One's Forecast Center.
Nice to have you along with us as we get on through this Friday morning, getting ready for that weekend.
The Islamic State claims the subway explosion in London was carried out by an affiliated group.
A memorial service will take place this morning to honor one of the two flight nurses who were killed when a Duke Life Flight helicopter crashed last week. Spectrum News reporter Linny Supal joins us now from the Cleveland Community Church in Clayton with more on the service and the investigation into the crash.
A total of 4 people died in that accident, and today the Johnston County community will pause to say goodbye to Chris Harrison, one of the nurses on board the Duke Life Flight that crashed in eastern North Carolina while returning to Duke Medical Center from a hospital in Elizabeth City.
We're following a developing story out of Fort Bragg. One soldier was killed and 7 others were hurt in a training exercise on base yesterday. Spectrum News reporter Madison Cavalciri joins us now from Fort Bragg with the latest details.
Tragic situation here at Fort Bragg. A group of soldiers enrolled in the Special Forces qualification course were completing demolitions training at one of the firing ranges on base when we're hearing some type of explosion occurred, killing 1 soldier and leaving 7 others injured.
Testing for Gen X in Wells begins today. Last night, officials with the Department of Environmental Quality and Health and Human Services headed to Robeson County. They held an information session for people who live near the Comoros Fayetteville Works facility. And as Spectrum News reporter Ryan Breslin found out, people are worried their water isn't clean.
There's ground drinking water contaminated on the western side. I mean, this is on the eastern side, and with one side as a hazard, now I have another side that's a hazard. I think it'd be foolish not to pursue it.
James Creer says he's dealt with contaminants before.
Coming up on Spectrum News, Duke gets ready to take on Baylor this weekend. We'll have a preview in sports. First, though, he witnessed the assassination of a U.S. president while standing tall to protect the First Lady. Hear firsthand from Jackie Kennedy's Secret Service agent when Spectrum News returns. He says he would have taken a bullet for the president in 1963 when John F. Kennedy was assassinated. Spectrum News reporter Jay Hardy introduces us to Clint Hill, an American hero who was hired to protect the First Lady.
Ran to the presidential vehicle to form a barrier or shield there to cover up so that he would have to hit me and not them.
But John Kennedy had already been hit. Former Secret Service agent Clint Hill says he never heard the third of 3 shots when he leapt to protect the First Lady.
DPAC gets an upgrade. This is the end result of a $1.8 million improvement project for the Durham Performing Arts Center, including new seating and carpet throughout the theater.
And coming up next here on Spectrum News.
The Duke Blue Devils have one of the best defenses in the country. We'll show you the numbers that back up that statement. Plus, Carolina Panthers continue to shuffle the bottom end of their roster as they get set to take on the Buffalo Bills on Sunday. Sports is next. Playoff time of the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series in Chicago this weekend. Jimmy Johnson has never won at that track. One of 3 in his career, which is kind of amazing.
Get it all out me. I'm about to rap. It ain't gonna make no damn sense.
And you've seen him in movies, on television, and this weekend you can catch him live on stage at Goodnight's In Raleigh, I'm with the very funny comedian Tony Roberts. Tony, thank you for being here.
Thank you, baby. High five.
Oh, I love it.
Teammate.
The energy he is bringing in here is unbelievable. You have to have that kind of energy to be on the road.
I should put my hat right.
Oh, yeah, you're repping
Lions.
it. You're repping it. You're Panther country, though.
That's right. I know, man.
Okay.
A tiger's a cat's a cat.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
23 and a half years.
What in the world do you do to keep this kind of energy? 2 shows Saturdays, 7:30 and 10. For tickets, just go to goodnightscomedy.com. Or call 919-828-5233. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, baby.